All right, man. That was DJ Prick right there. Spin Griffey holding it down for Cav. He went Jocin nap. So we're gonna wait on Prick to get over here, do this quick little interview. Yeah, get to talk a little bit, baby. All right. That's your
Having
mic.
a seat?
Yeah. So you got to take a shot. Have a tequila today.
Oh shit. All right. All right.
So,
Blessings.
so
I don't drink much.
so I guess I got a couple questions. One, where'd the name Prick come from? That's kind of a name you hear, and like I heard it the first time, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Like
Nobody likes it. No labels like it. Nobody likes it. I was bartending.
In the mic.
My bad. I was bartending a long time ago. By the way, nobody liked it. Let me refresh that. I was bartending I've been bartending years, but somebody came up to me and said, "You're an asshole."
Mm-hmm.
And so he told my boss. My boss said, "Did he do his work right? Did you get your drinking time? Was he polite?" And the guy was like, "Yes." Get out of my face. So from that, it's about music, and for me, for music, it's just about business.
Right.
Like it's my love, and it's all that I do. It's all that I know. I don't know anything else, so I'm an asshole about it. I don't fuck with women. I don't fuck with shit. I fuck with music. Like it's truly my life. So that's where it came from. It's just that, like, I be on it.
Yeah.
On it more than most people, so it made me I'm an asshole.
Oh, I asked him about it, right?
Women like, you want to hang out, you want to do this, you want to do that? No, I got work to do. So that's just where it came from.
So I mean, I think I remember seeing you a couple years ago. This is probably at the Saint, I want to say maybe. And I always like appreciated.
I used to run it.
Yeah, I appreciated your sound because I think you were one of the first people that I would say was doing, I guess, an alternative night. And how has that been? Because you've been DJing for a while, so how has that been to kind of like be one of the first people of doing that, and kind of now with a lot of these other nights, not necessarily taking the vibe, but they're kind of doing things that you're doing, like you were ahead of the curve with it.
It was difficult then,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still difficult now, because on New Orleans radio stations, there's no house,
Right.
there's no Afrobeat, there's nothing but bounce music and hits.
Right.
So if you like something else, the only way you're going to make it is somewhere else. It's very hard to have like a Caribbean influence. I have a very Caribbean influence, a Latin influence, a UK influence. And I just love music from all over the world. I just collect and I build. And since then, it was hard. But people was feeling it because it was so hype.
Right.
And I mixed it well. It took me a while to get to that point. I was playing the Saint years on those Fridays and Saturdays, and a lot of people weren't coming for years. And then it just started popping off, and then autos started coming through, and there's like legendary Saint DJs. Legendary. Auto's one of them. But me and him kind of just like him and Musa and some of those other people, we just built it. And from there, I had a hiatus, and I worked on music because I felt like nobody was feeling me. Back then, and this is like maybe 2014, something like that, where I stopped. And I worked, and I started really taking care of my daughter and just being a good father. And then me and Lenny was a fan for a long time. Lenny is my partner in Ascen.dance.
Right.
He was a fan. He used to see me at the Saint, and he contacted me, and he was like, "Hey, I've been thinking about I want to play with you, and we should start a night." So Ascen.dance was born.
Oh, that's fine. That's actually a perfect segue. So, y'all got together and y'all been doing Ascendance for what, 2-3 years now?
Almost 3.
Okay. And how has that been? Because I mean, y'all started at where'd y'all start at? Where did Ascendance start?
Sydney's.
Sydney's. Saloon? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, Sydney's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. And now to see that, like, because I finally made my first Ascendance for, I think it was like February or March. And that was my first like time. And it was just because like as DJs, we always working and you can't make it to somebody else's night.
Right.
And
we understand.
Yeah. No, I went through and I was just like, it was an amazing atmosphere. Because y'all, the thing I love about Ascendance is that everything y'all do is with intention. And y'all set the rules, and these are our rules.
We try to. It's hard.
Well, let's backtrack a little. So after Sydney's, where did y'all go from there?
We didn't have any place at first.
Okay.
Because No Reflect on Sydney's, at the time, the owner wasn't willing to pay us.
Right.
I was bringing in sound. I would go in at 6. The show didn't start till 11.
Shit.
So I would go in at 6, set up all the sound, bring in extra sound. I paid, let's see, $150 every month for that sound because I didn't have it. So I'd go, I'd set up. We'd set up for 11. It was just me and Lenny at first for about 4 months. Then he got Fernando involved, our photographer. He got Gypsy involved, our herbalist. And then Saf came later. And then Saul came later. And Aaron, our videographer. He's a friend of mine. We worked together at St. Rock Market. And he was telling me he was into digital stuff. And he was taking pictures. And I was like, do you want to do our videos? Because I was doing the videos at first. I'd sit there for hours and make shit on Final Cut. And then just have it as a video in the back. But I got him to do it. So now it's 7 of us. And it's been going well, man.
It has. So
it's been going really well. I'm very blessed.
So I mean,
all blessed.
It's crazy to think in 3 years y'all went from Sydney's to like packing out. Yeah, Istanbul. Like y'all pack it out every month, and it's like, I know it was a free event for a while, and recently within the past 6 months or so, y'all made the decision to, do the cover charge at the sliding scale. Were you guys nervous about that? Were you nervous?
Very, very, very nervous. We want it to be for everybody. We don't care how much money you got, and that's the case. Like if you come to the door and you can't pay, we let you in.
Right.
We pretty much let you in because we want you to experience my music, the shit I love. I mean, Lenny loves some shit, but I feel like I'm the tastemaker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for years, and Lenny kind of followed my lead. So, I mean, I feel like I'm the tastemaker, and I set the trends for what people are going to hear each month.
Right.
And that cover charge, it was scary. We waited, we watched, we waited. It was scary. And people was like willing, $10 here, $20 here. The first time.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was all love. And I can't begin to say how grateful that is for people to just believe in us.
Right.
And the hard work that we do. Because it's an army.
Oh, I can tell. I mean, y'all
army.
do so much with it, and
It's so much work.
I like how y'all do. Like y'all go through, and then you'll put the playlist together, and then. So who does the post? Because I noticed y'all do it in English. Then if you scroll a little bit, somebody's busting in Spanish. And I'll be like, oh, okay.
It's kind of a team effort.
Okay.
We kind of do them. We have a Google Drive that we kind of just communicate, and we have a WhatsApp that we communicate, and we kind of get it done. Fernando does the translations. Saul does a lot of the graphic designs. Lenny does all the writing with all our input. Like we don't. It's very much a team effort where if somebody doesn't like something, it doesn't get put on. Right off the bat. One person doesn't like it, it's not happening.
Right.
But yeah, it's usually a team effort with everything, honestly. We kind of got a hand. All of us have a hand in everything.
Yeah. And so it's not your regular, I guess, party, because you can go in there and I'll hear, because I remember when I heard Bounce and then I heard like Touch the Sky. But I mean, you guys are really, really into like the remixes and the edits and playing like, I've walked like, I mean, the one time I went, it was a bunch of shit and I was just like, damn, I need this. I don't, because I was telling Rock that yesterday, because he used to always, when I came around, he always put his Serato on AM mode because he didn't want nobody to know what he was playing. Right. And I was like, hey, man, I don't want to sing your song. I want to jam this shit at home.
Right. At the night of, I like to hide my tracks because I don't want people to know what I'm going to play next. Right. So I want it always to be a surprise. But I'm so willing to give you whatever you want. Anybody. I want you to know this music. It's so good. It's from all over the world. I'm always collecting every week, 2 days a week, all day long collecting. So, I mean, I want you to have it. Right. And we want you to have it. And anytime, write us. Okay. Please, get that out there. Write us. Go on the stories. Ask for the music. We will give it to you. We don't care.
Cool. How does it feel? Because I've seen it's kind of an uprising. I know Jodeci does it here, and y'all do it as well with the I think y'all call it the altar with the DJ booth, the altar in the middle of the floor. And y'all's setup is very it's unique because it's not just the table and the decks. Y'all got like the candles and the flowers in there. So how did that come about?
That's all Gypsy. Gypsy does all of that. She comes in 2 hours early and sets everything up. It's beautiful. She takes her time. It's a lot of intention. She goes shopping all month for new stuff. It's amazing.
Was that and
Just got good people behind us. That's it.
was that something y'all started when y'all got to Istanbul?
We were doing it a little bit at Sydney's. Just Sydney's was like a limited space.
Yeah.
So people was knocking over stuff, stealing stuff. People wasn't doing right. But once we got to Istanbul and they saw it the first time, they came in, they saw all the lights, they saw it, and people was like, oh, I can't touch that. Oh, I can't fuck with that. Oh, I can't, It became where people started to respect the sanctity that they were in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It came in like a house of worship almost.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is because like I said, I would think that like being right there and just seeing it, like people would be behind you all night. And, like y'all don't even like they didn't even really bug y'all for requests or nothing. Like they kind of like if they accidentally bump into you or something, they'd be like, "Oh, my bad," and get back to the party. No requests. So I would say, I mean, I appreciate what y'all doing in the space, man. I like that y'all are doing it in your own way, and that it's growing so well. Last thing, my bad. How did y'all? What made
Great questions, by the way.
Oh, what made y'all come up with the invite rule and then allowing the 3-person minimum? Because I appreciate that you're putting the onus on the person that gets the invite. So like if you're bringing people and they do fuck shit, it's on you. And I like that that's specifically stated that like if they fuck up, your shit can be revoked.
Ooh, that's like a Kanye question. Ooh, I don't want to offend anybody, but I can be honest with you. People with flailing arms, people taking up space, people standing in front of the DJ booth and not dancing. I'm not going to say what demographic of people that is.
Right.
But we had to eliminate that. Mm-hmm. We had to have our people have something for them, and have our people occupy that space. Right. More and more of our people, artists, DJs, painters, whatever. Mm-hmm. If you're a creative, Ascen.dance is for you. Oh, man. If you're somebody in a college frat trying to have parties, maybe this shit ain't for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think. Yeah, it's kind of like they call it like, I've heard a lot of people be like, Ascen.dance is like the New Orleans boiler room, man. And I like that vibe. And I walked in there and the first thing I was like, damn, I got to do a set in here one day, man.
Wow, that feels good.
But I also like that I feel like y'all were kind of like ahead of the curve with like being by name, like being inclusive with like a lot of these groups of people. Y'all were like one of the first ones, even like with the helpers and everything. It's like we're open to the to like the transgender community. Like specifically, it's for the Black community, but then it's already so many like subcategories under that. And y'all were like one of the first events that I know that like specifically called these groups out and be like, this night is for you.
I could tell you the story. I started DJing because I didn't like the DJs in this city. So I wanted to party with people that looked like me and not be worrying about if I was going to get robbed, if I was going to get jacked, whatever. Some clubs, you got to worry about that stuff. You walk in and there's a police presence right when you walk in and you already worried. Damn. Mm-hmm. And you already worried. And we didn't want that. We wanted it to be tattoo artists. We wanted it to be strippers. We wanted it to be whatever. Just people who wanted to free themselves.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm a weird guy. People just think I'm weird and and different and shit like that. And I wanted a place where I felt love and home and appreciation. And Ascen.dance it took years, but it's what we created. And
yeah, man. Yeah. It's very dope.
And I feel like we got what we wanted.
I think I did too. And
for
it's
years
like
to come, hopefully.
I mean, I know it's a Black space, but it's so nice to see
everything.
That culture. Yeah, everybody. And they're not that crowd of like. And they're not.
Thank you, man.
They're not sitting there. It's a party. Like I went there and like, and I was like, God, like I haven't been in a space to where like I turned up the whole hour and a half, 2 hours I was there, and y'all were killing it, man. And it was just like everything played so well. Like the energy of the room was amazing.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it is. Like it's like you can't walk in there and be stuck in the corner and somebody's not like fucking. Like dancing and enjoying themselves, man. So I want to thank y'all for like creating that space, man. Because I think
y'all for having me.
Needed.
I've been checking y'all out, and this has been nice. And y'all should see this setup in here. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, it don't look.
These fellas did it up.
It looks way better on camera. Yeah. But no, Prick, appreciate you, man, for coming through and playing and what y'all doing for the coaching, man. Love it.
Thank you.
Definitely gotta once all this shit is over, I gotta get in there, man. Gotta
Big
come
up
through for
Lenny,
Scorpio
big up
season.
Sav, big up Fernando, big up Aaron, big up Saul, and big up Gypsy.
Yes.
My
Oh,
fam.
where can they find more information on you and Ascendance?
I am at Prick on Instagram. I am at Prick on my Venmo if you want to send me some money. I am on SoundCloud. Everything is Prick. Just search me on Google, whatever. You'll find it all. It's very easy.
Okay, cool.
That's why I made it that way.
It was so wild because I was saying everybody was doing I was like, we're bringing everybody night to the Joce for the thing, and like I was typing y'all's out, and I was like, oh, that's their website link. Like, so if you type in like Ascen.dance, like y'all, it was the free promo from like
That's
the
it.
website. I was
Yep.
like, what is this?
That's it.
But no, man,
Tried to make it that way. Yeah.
appreciate you coming through, man. Y'all are still doing the Ascendance joints, but it's virtual, right?
Yeah, we did one last night. It was beautiful.
Okay.
Me too. God, me too.
Oh, tell Kendra hey, man.
Hey, love.
Tell Kendra hey, man. Oh yeah. Well, you know, earlier I couldn't hear, like, whatever, man. So no, shout out Prick, man, and Ascendance. We about to wrap this up. The greatest DJ in the world is about to get his Thug Thizzle on. We're gonna take a quick little break, and then we coming back with Raj Smooth. His Joce Blend 5, huh? Oh, hey girl. Yeah, and that's what, man. Joce Blend 5, and we'll be right back.
Thank y'all for having me.